Got multiple problems here, but we're going to do probably just two of them, but solve the inequality and then graph it. So here we've got r divided by a negative 2.25 is greater than or equal to 7. So to get rid of that division, we are going to multiply by a negative 2.25. So multiply, put a dot from a multiply negative 2.25. Okay. That gives me a step, a new equation. These negative 2.25s cancel each other out. I get r. My inequality, since we divided or multiplied by a negative number, we need to go ahead and change that sign. So now we're multiplying here. And some of us, I feel like we're forgetting how to multiply decimals. So I've got negative 2.25. A negative times a positive is a negative. Our answer will be negative. So when we're multiplying decimals, just remember, hold your place values. We have two place values. So at the end, we're going to move our decimal twice. So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14 plus that 3. We're at 17. 7 times 2 is 14 plus that 1. We're at 15. Now move your decimal 1, 2 places. The answer is negative 15.75 because a positive times a negative is a negative. So graph that. You can have 0. You can have, and I just put negative 15.75. I'm going to put a close dot. Okay, it's less than, so we're going to go this direction and less than. So one of my questions is, if we zoomed in and we had 15 and we had negative 16, where would I graph and put negative 15.75? Split it in half, split it in quarters, and we'd go 3/4 and it would be right there. So I'm hoping you all have the skills to be able to do that if you had to figure that out. We're going to do this problem over here. So what's bothering the y is a negative 3.25. So what we have to do is we got to get rid of this negative and divide by negative 3.25. Divide. So again, we are multiplying or dividing by a negative, so the inequality goes the other direction now. We get y, and we have to divide these out. So we've got, and again, I'll try to guide you all with this, but because some of us are forgetting our decimals. This was our first unit, but a negative divided by a negative is a positive answer, so I'm not going to bring those negatives down, but I have to move the decimal 2 places, which means I have to move the decimal 2 places for my other digit as well, or my other number as well. So we're finding how many times does 325 go into 6,175. So 325 is not going to go into 6, not going to go into 61, but it will go into 617 one time. So I get 2. I'm going to have to borrow. We're at 11 now. We're at 292, bringing down the 5. How many times does 325 go into 292? 9 times. So 325 times 9. 9 times 5 is 5 plus, or it's 45. 9 times 2 is 18 plus 4. We're at 22. 9 times 3 is 27 plus that 2. We're at 29. So we got it exactly 9 times, which is great. That means our answer can be 19. And then if I graph it, they gave me a graph. 19 will be right in the middle. It's going to be an open dot. It says y is greater than. So we'll make a greater than symbol for 19.